Hello. I've been thinking for a while about how I might make this video, and actually if I would make this video at all, really. It's been a long time since I've played, probably about 6 months, with the exception of just a couple of CG runs on my main in the last couple of weeks. And it's been about a year or so since I actually made a video at all. Now, for those of you that have seen them, you'll know that they were a series of not so short guides. I think in general they were received pretty well, and I'm really grateful for all the feedback that I got, and I'm really happy to hear that they were useful for some people. I actually actually find myself going back to the Bandos guide just to remind myself of what I actually need when I'm going there myself. The gym account Redwood Ship that I was playing is no longer an account I play actively. I gave the items away to one of the teammates, and I think that's just because I got to a point on the account where it was pretty end game content um, lined up, and I actually was pretty low on the sort of pots and supplies and food and such. So it was just going to take me a lot of time gathering supplies that I needed to be able to then continue doing the content that I actually wanted to do. And really, I wasn't enjoying it. I got pretty busy in real life. I had some pretty major changes going on, and I really didn't have the time. I had maybe 2 or 3 hours a week at most to play, and I just didn't want to be spending that time gathering herbal or secondaries. I played a bit of the main account after that, but I just don't really enjoy the whole GP scape. I think it just feels so much better to actually get an item for yourself on an iron. And I always find myself when I play irons just looking at the items I've gathered, especially the sort of rarer drops, and just you get that sense of satisfaction from having gathered it yourself. Whereas on a main, you could just really just do the best money maker that you have, do that for 30 hours and then just buy yourself an item, and I think it just doesn't give the same sense of satisfaction. So without further ado, what is this account? What is the plan? So this is menu screen. It's a Hardcore Iron Man account that I made, I want to say about 3 years ago. I haven't really played very much on it. It has, I want to say, yeah, so just under 4 days played. I've done a few of the very basic starter quests, but very much early in that sense. It's only 48 combat and has pretty low stats. I've always wanted to make an account or make videos on an account just sort of documenting progress. I think it's my favorite content to watch for myself personally, but I've never had an account that's been in a position um, where it could actually be interesting progress. With Redwood, I was already sort of pushing into the end game, and my main account has been sort of 2K total plus for a long time. Um, and I just sort of remembered the other day that I actually had this account at all. And looking at the stats, I think it could be quite interesting just to go from here. I did think about whether or not I should just restart, but to be honest, and I hope you agree, I think we've all just seen a million videos of new hardcore Iron Man account, and then you get a few episodes of basically just getting to here anyway, um, and it just feels like a bit of a waste really to not use the account that I have, especially because it's so early. Um, I myself don't really remember what I've done to get here. I think most of this has just come from questing, and then just a little bit of like gathering. I believe the last thing I was doing on this account was some star mining, and I think these runes were just for teleporting between spots. If I hop into the bank, I'll have a quick look at the items. Prepare to be amazed. So it's about 2.6 mil. When I opened this earlier, it was actually 2.55. So we're on the up and up. You'll see that the items we have here are mostly just junk. I think the coal and iron may have come from Winter Todd crates, um, but it's basically just a bunch of either quest items, things I've got from Winter Todd, or I believe these came from the gem packs. Just scroll through, nothing really of any significance here. Obviously, we have our full pyro, which I don't know if I was lucky to get that by 86. I know it took me a lot longer on my main account to get it, but maybe they've changed the rates since then. And just looking through it, it's very much, very much early game here. Um, I don't think I really did too much. It's a bit of a staple of mine to go and collect a bunch of super anti-poisons when I start an account. And clearly I've sort of bought some supplies to get some herblore underway. But as we look through here, there's really nothing of any value at all. Just doing a bit of fishing, I think. Clearly done a bit of agility, which is nice to have a little bit less to have to do now. And I do recall AFKing some moss giants, but as I remember, I think I may have tried to use one key, and I just wasn't in a position to actually kill it. I just wasn't strong enough. So that's where we are, really. I'm hoping to get a fair bit of time to be able to play this account, but I'm also not expecting to have crazy progress where in a month's time we're running endgame content. So I think this is almost a little bit for myself, but I'd like to see how it goes, trying to record what I get up to on the account. I'm very much open to advice if anybody wants to sort of suggest things I should do, but I'm not going to be following any max efficiency guides by any means, and I'm just going to play this account as it comes. I think if there are opportunities to go and do things like chambers with my clan, I'll be definitely going to do that once it feels sort of feasible. I'm not going to have them carrying me through raids or anything like that. But I think really there are people doing whatever they like on Iron accounts these days. So I think integrity is just down to your own view of it. And for me, I want to try and do things largely myself where possible. So I hope you'll join me on this journey. And God, I hope I don't just get dropped by a monster in the next episode. Okay, I look forward to this. Speak to you soon.